What's happening, boys? Today we're going over red loadouts for CS2. We're going for budget and baller, so the cheapest to the most expensive. We've got some sick skins in here with some rare patterns. We've also got some very rare souvenirs. We're going to start all the way from pistols, rifles, SMGs, heavies, a glove and knife combination for both loadouts. There's some sick skins, some cheap skins, and some crazy combos. But before we get into any of the skins, here's a message about today's sponsor. And today's video is sponsored by SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is a safe and quick way to trade your CSGO skins. You can take your old skins and you can trade them for new skins, and you will get a trade offer sent to you instantly. And if the item you want is on trade hold, it will get held for you until it's ready to trade. For your first trade, if you use code UNO, you will get up to $5 on your first trade. You can also get an extra 5% bonus on your deposit with code UNO, so that's a total of 35%. Don't miss out on that, guys. We are starting off with two of the skins that I think every inventory should start with. It's the first gun you see in every single game. We're starting off with the Glock and the USPS. For the budget Glock, we're going for the Candy Apple. This comes in at $1.85 for a factory new one. Sick, clean skin. For the baller one, we're going also for the Candy Apple. There's only 87 of them, factory new, available. These will be hard to get, this one. For a sick souvenir one, you're going to be over $2,000 just for your Glock. For our USPS, we're going for the check engine at $2.35. And for our baller, one of my favourite USPSs, the Kill Confirmed Stat Track factory new, $827. For our Julies, we're going for the Panther at $2.39. With the hemoglobin, Stat Track factory new is the baller one. Because the hemoglobin's float capped, you'll be able to get a really nice float on this one. For our Deagles, we have got the field tested Crimson Web at $6.59. And for our baller one, we've obviously gone for the Sunset Storm. The Sunset Storm's wear isn't great, so you're going to have to make sure you get a low float one of this, and it'll come in at $400. For our P250s, we have got the Nevermore factory new for $1.69. And for our baller one, we've got the Myrtos Stat Track factory new at $31.13. For our CZ, we've got the Red Aster factory new at $1.95. And for our expensive one, we've got the Crimson Web Stat Track factory new coming in at $78. For our 5.7, for our budget, we've gone for Urban Hazard at $1.50. And for our expensive one, we've gone for the Berries and Cherries. But this one, we're wanting the Max Red pattern, which is pattern index 182. That gives us an 85% coverage of red. $85 for that skin. And for our Tech 9, we've got the Re-Entry factory new for $1.81. And for our expensive Tech 9, we've gone for the Isaac Stat Track factory new, named after Isaac Asimov. And this is $29.78. Our P250 is the Imperial at only 41 cents, where our expensive one is the Obsidian Stat Track factory new at $17.16. Last pistol, the R8 Revolver. We've got two Crimson Webs, we've got a plain FN for $4.97 for a cheap one. For our expensive one, we've got a Stat Track factory new at $21.05. This brings the total for our pistols for the budget, $26.35. All these pistols are $3,519. And moving on to the rifles, we are starting with the AK. We have got for the budget one, the Orbit at $25.60. And for our baller AK, we're going for the Red Lamb Stat Track factory new. There's only 60 of these in existence. If you manage to get one of these, it'd be a super rare skin. Even better, try and trade up to it. Our AUG, we've got the budget Radiation Hazard at $2.14. And for our baller, we're going for the Hot Rod factory new. This is float capped, so you'll be able to get a sick float on this one at $412. For our ops, our budget one, we've got a field tested Duality at $14.90. Sick skin for the money. For our baller, we're going for the Desert Hydra Souvenir factory new. This is coming in at $6,000. 6 skin. It's not completely red, but it's got a bit of red in it, so it'll do for our loadout. And for our FAMAS, our budget one comes in at less than $1. It's the Survivor V. And for our baller one, we have got the roll cage coming in at $48. For our Galeals, there wasn't much choice, so we've gone for our budget at the Signal. Our baller is the Firefight StatTrak Factory New, coming in at $5.70. Not the most baller skin, but it is the only one that fits the inventory. Moving on to some crazy skins now. We're going for the M4. Our budget one is the Evil Dynamo at $5.58. One skin fits the baller one more than anything. It is the Howl StatTrak Factory New, coming in at about $15,000. Absolutely crazy skin. And for our M4A1S, we've got the Cyrex FN at $42. And for our baller, we've got another crazy skin. It's a Souvenir Welcome to the Jungle FN, coming in at 10 bands. This is actually my favourite M4 by a mile. Our 20, we've got the Bloodsport for our budget at $10.51. And for our baller, we've got the Cyrex StatTrak Factory New, coming in at just under $200. There wasn't a single budget skin that fitted into our loadout. So we've had to go for the baller one, which is the StatTrak Factory New Blood in the Water, or as I like to call it, the Sparkle skin, at $441. Looking off our rifles with the SG553, we've got the Candy Apple Factory New at $7.82. And for our baller, we've got the Integral Factory New StatTrak coming in at $1,500. And if you manage to get your hands on one of these, it would be 1 out of 29 ever created. Which brings our total for our rifles. At the budget side, we've got $111.19, and for our baller loadout rifles, it's $34,935. On to our SMGs, starting with the Mac 10 Carnivore at 42 cents, and then we've got the Red Filigree at $109. For our MP5, we've got the Autumn Tilly at $7.37 for both loadouts because there was no other option. And for our MP7, we have got the Bloodsport Factory New at $5.39, and the Full Stop for our baller inventory at $43.39. For our MP9, we have got the Ruby Poison Dart at $2.38, and the Hot Rod at $69.14. PB Bisons, we've got the Candy Apple for only 34 cents, and the High Roller, which fits the inventory pretty well, $40.66. P90s, we've got the Shallow Grave, but this is in Battle Scarred. The Battle Scarred version is slightly more red, coming in at $1.92. And then we've got the P90 Cold Blooded at $89.99. For our UMP 45s, we've got the Full Stop at $1.21, and the Crime Scene at $88.92, which brings all of our budget SMGs to $19.13, and our baller ones to $449.03. Down to our last 6 skins for the guns. This is the heavies. We're starting with the Mag 7, the Insomnia at 71 cents, and we've got a Souvenir Factory New Core Breach at $42.33. For our Nova, we've got the Candy Apple at 35 cents, the Boomstick Factory New StatTrak at $372. Sonoffs, we've got the Brake Light, $1.72, and then we've got a Full Stop Souvenir at $462. Our XM shotguns, we've got the Red Python at $1.81, the Red Leather at $64. For our M249, we've got the System Lock at $1.16, and the Nebula Crusader StatTrak Factory New at $11.79. Moving on to the big boy, we've got the Negev Lionfish for $1.55, and of course we had to put the Mjolnir in at $1,800, which brings our total in for the budget heavies at $7.30. And for our baller loadout, it's $2,748. Now on to the best part. We're going for the gloves. We're starting off with the budget. We're going for the Blood Pressures Field Tested, coming in at $204. You can get a decent float for this one. And I'm pairing it with the Navaja Crimson Web Field Tested with a low float at $135. For our expensive combo, we are going the Crimson Kimonos with Max Red. That includes the pattern indexes 458, 560, 932 and 684. These will be super hard to find, and you'll be paying over 30,000 for a pair of FNs. I had a couple options for the knife, but I decided to go for the M9. I've decided to go for the M9 Doppler Ruby, coming in with a 00 float for 14,500. For the budget loadout, it was $502. For the baller one was $86,151. Some crazy skins in there. The M9 Ruby and the Welcome to the Jungle are definitely my two favourite skins. The majority of these skins are available in SkinsMonkey, which will be linked down in the description. If you do use the code, guys, it does help the channel out a lot, and I appreciate every single one of you that's been using it. If you haven't subscribed, we're doing loads of giveaways every week, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.